Hi, friends. Today's assignment is taking something that is dull and uninteresting and kind of unreadable and making it engaging and dynamic and really fun for our reader. So grab your starter file and we're going to get going in Google Docs. The first thing we need to do is make this a more readable font. The font is the style of writing that is in your words. So the first thing we need to do is select everything. To do that, you can click at the top and hold until you're all the way to the bottom of your text and then let go. You know that you've selected everything because it's in blue. Remember, to change things, you have to show Google Docs what you want to change. You can also just use a keyboard shortcut, Windows A, and it will select everything for you. And that's an easy way of doing that. So we're going to go up into our font menu. This font is called Satisfy, but I know I have a menu because there's a triangle. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to come down to Arial. It's the third one down on your regular list because now you see it is a lot more readable and it makes it easier for our reader to actually see what's going on. But you'll notice the second thing I did on my formatted document was I made the title stand out and the subtitles. I changed the font, I changed the colors. So we're going to go back now and do that. So the first thing we need to do is grab our title. So I'm going to click and hold, I'm going to highlight it and then let go when I get to the end here. Now it's a more creative font we're going to choose. I'm going to go into my font list and it's called Chelsea Market. It's in my recent because I just used it, but it will be down in your C's. You're going to grab Chelsea Market and you're going to change it to Chelsea Market. So right now I am actually going to do that again to my subtitle. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to highlight it and grab Chelsea Market. It's in your recent now. And then I'm going to choose what size I want it to be. The size that I put in here, if you look on your font size, is 15. So I'm going to change that to a 15. And then I'm going to teach you a really neat tool. So now that I have that exactly how I want it, I could go and do my next two subtitles as well, but there's a shortcut. This tool right here is called Paint Format. If I click, I'm going to highlight what I like, and then I'm going to click on it. And now I'm going to say, hey, can you paint that same look onto this sentence? And look what happens. It changes it automatically. So I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to click on it again, say, yep, I like that look, and I'm going to paint it onto the next one. So now all three of my subtitles are the same size and the same font. I'm going to go back in here. My title is at 60. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to highlight my title. And I'm going to change this to 60. I'm going to do the drop down because the plus sign would take way too long. I'm just going to hit 60. And now our fonts are ready. So the next thing we're going to do is color. You'll notice on my formatted one, I have the first subtitle and its text in red. Then I have blue, then I have purple. And you'll notice our title is all different colors too. So we're going to come back and do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab from What is Kindness down to Cares for Everyone. That's the subtitle and the text below it. If you accidentally grab in the middle, you'll just have to click somewhere else and come back and try again. So I'm going to grab that first subtitle and the text below it, and then I'm going to hit my text color. My text color is the A with the black line under it, and I'm going to choose red. Then you're going to come through and you're going to do the next color and the next color. So the second paragraph, I'm going to change to blue. I'm going to make it a pretty dark blue because I want it to be readable. And then I'm going to change this last one to purple. So now all of my paragraphs are changed. I need to come up here and change my title. Now this one, you just grab one letter at a time. So I'm going to grab my B. I'm just going to go down and get my primary colors. I'm going to do a red B, I'm going to do an orange E, and then actually I'm going to skip the yellow because that one is really not very readable. I'm going to go on to green, and then, whoops, if you do a mistake, you always just do your undo button. So now I'm going to choose the I, and I'm going to change this to a dark blue, or a light blue, actually. Isn't that what I did in my sample? I did. I'm going to do a medium blue. And then I'm going to do a darker blue and then a purple. So now all of my colors have been changed and I am ready now to do my alignment. Because the next thing we're doing, if you notice on our formatted one, the top is all centered, and then we have 3 columns that are left aligned with centered subtitles. So now I am going to grab my title and my first paragraph, and I'm going to come up to my align. If your page is too small like this, it will just be under 3 dots, and you're going to find it. You still have the tool. You're going to click on align, and you're going to center it. I'm going to make my page bigger again. So now this is centered. And the only other thing I need to center are these subtitles. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to highlight them and use my center align, and I'm going to center them. So now all of my text is aligned the way that I want it to be. The next big thing that you'll notice is that we have 3 columns going on. So I'll need to highlight from what is kindness all the way down. You're going to go up to your format, and then you're going to come down. You see it says columns. It's the 5th item down. You'll see it says 3 columns. So now it's going to split it into 3 columns. But you'll notice that my columns aren't breaking the way that I want them to. What I need to do, you need to click right in front of importance, and you're going to say, I want to insert a break. It's almost all the way down, and you're going to say, I want to insert a column break. I want this to be the end of one column and the beginning of another one. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to make another column. Now I'm going to click right in front of how, and I'm going to do that same thing. Insert, break, column break. Remember, if you ever mess up, it's always the undo button. So now we've got our 3 columns, we've got our centered. The only thing now that we need to do is change our leading, which is our line tracking, and then we need to add some pictures. So you'll notice on my formatted one, this is a little aired out. It's a little, the lines are a little further apart from each other. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to highlight this paragraph, and I'm going to go up into this tool right here, which is called line and paragraph spacing. So when I click on that, I'm going to change it to 1.5. So now it's a little stretched out. It looks a little nicer. It's a little more readable. The last thing I want to do is add a picture. To add a picture, you need to go back into your insert menu, but then you need to do the first one. It's insert image, and we're going to go straight across and down to search the web. Now I'm going to type in rainbow, R-A-I-N-B-O-W, and I'm going to hit enter. It's going to come up with a bunch of rainbows. I like this one right here. I think it's the 4th picture down. I'm going to click and I'm going to hit insert. Now make sure that your cursor's at the right spot, or else it will insert it in a really weird spot. So now I've got my rainbow. Now I don't have to search for another picture again. I can just use my keyboard shortcut copy, which is Windows C. And then I can place my cursor right in front of the I in importance of kindness, and I can paste it, Windows V. And then I can do the same thing for the last column in front of the H, Windows V. So now you have a totally formatted document that is readable, interesting, and your readers will appreciate it. Good job.